So up next, I'd like to give a warm welcome to Nikita from Playhop, who's going to be talking about the current state of and opportunities for developers. Welcome, Nikita.
Good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for me to see you all here. I hope you have a great morning. Thank you for joining our presentation today. My name is Nikita. I am the CBDO of Playhop.com. Would be great for us to start from understanding how familiar are you guys with the web games in 2025. Can you please raise a hand if you know a lot about web gaming? Not too much, I would say. Okay. So web games are becoming more and more popular from year to year, and this is closely connected with the situation in business with mobile applications for today. So basically saying traffic is becoming more and more expensive from year to year, and the lifetime value of the players on mobile is basically not changing. So the profitable part in business, in mobile publishing, is becoming less. And of course, this business needs support. And web games have become a big support for the game developers, for the game publishers, because for today, porting your games from basically every engine from mobile to the web has become very easy. And basically, browser games, browser platforms are giving developers and publishers additional traffic and additional revenue. Playhop is one of the biggest platforms. I will tell you a bit more about it. So, for now, we have more than 20,000 games on Playhop. We have more than 10 million players on a monthly basis. And here we're talking about the players that play the game for a few minutes at least. Because on the web, if we would talk about the visits, the number here would be about 40 million. And one of the things that show quality of the audience of the platform is the average play time. And having 10 million players on the platform with average time of 50 plus minutes is basically great. As for some details about the audience, so first of all, 80% of our players are older than 24 years. This is a good audience, as you all understand, in terms of the CPM from the ads, in terms of the payments in games. As for the desktop browser or mobile browser, we have a pretty equal split here. 40% are playing on the desktop and 50% playing from the mobile. And one of the greatest things about web is a cross-platform that basically mobile games are not providing. You can start playing a game on desktop and continue playing on mobile and so on. As for the genders, mostly female players play web games. It's not only on Playhop. This is a classical thing for basically all top web games platforms, but still 42% are male players. Let's continue. As for the top countries that we work with in terms of user acquisition, for the last year, we're totally focused on working on the US market, and this is the largest part of our audience on Playhop. Also, we closely work with the Vietnam market. We have a lot of content from the top publishers from Vietnam, and of course, a lot of players from this region. Also, Germany, Turkey, Brazil, and Spain are the top countries that are bringing players to the Playhop. As for now, we have more than 5,000 partners on the platform. It can be a huge company like FunPlus from China, the developers of the State of Survival, or it can be a small indie team, but in total, it's more than 5,000. And of course, very interesting thing for the web games is that the in-app purchases are growing from year to year, because the classical understanding of the web shows that it's okay for hyper casual, it's cool for the ads monetization, but in-app is something new. And for the last several years, we see that in-app is becoming more and more huge part of the revenue that platform have. And also we see that other players on the market are going into this direction. For instance, Crazy Games or Azerion game distribution that were working only with the ads monetization before also are implementing in-game purchases. And of course, the variety of genres that we have on the platform, we have more than 30 for now. So it also shows that not only hyper-casual games can be widely presented on the web. Just to show you the recent releases that we've made in the last maybe 4 months, I believe, we work closely with mobile developers. Big companies, top titles, all of them are facing the same problems as I said in the beginning. Traffic is becoming more and more expensive. Everyone needs additional support in terms of audience and in terms of revenue. Let's take a look, for instance, to the Traffic Tour. Traffic Tour is a huge mobile game, a racing game from Wolves Interactive developer. It has a lot of content, and the game build, I would say, is pretty heavy. But as you see, they handled the port process and ported the game to the web. And it's performing good on our platform. And I would say the most remarkable example here is a State of Survival title. I think you all know State of Survival, right? It's a mobile hit with a huge amount of content and a game build weight more than 2 gigabytes. How can it work in the web? It's all a question about optimization, guys, because on the web, optimization is the main thing. Players' behavior on the web differs from a classic, because when you made a decision to install an app, you will give it a lot of trust, I would say. But if you're reaching the game in one click, you will not give the same trust. You will not wait for a few minutes until the game will download and show you the start screen. So the secret is that you need to provide the player with the starting pack of content. And while he is going through this starting pack, it can be tutorial, it can be first part of the game, you will upload all other content in parallel. So State of Survival is a great example of how huge Midcore title can work on the web. This game is presented on Playhop for now only on desktop, but also FunPlus is getting ready the mobile version for us. And another example, as these two games are super mobile hits. So for instance, Traffic Tour has more than 70 million installs. Ludus here is an example of a new game from FX Games, and these guys having a lot of experience on working on the web. When they were preparing the release for the mobile stores, in parallel, they were preparing the release for the web. Because for them, it's a normal thing that they split the revenue between mobile and web. So FunPlus made a great step. They are distributing this game not only for the Playhop, also game publisher have an opportunity here to work on a standalone domain. So it's not a thing that you need to put your game on an exclusive basis to one platform. I would say that the key strategy, the most valuable strategy for any mobile publisher or developer to present the games on the web is going to all possible platforms without any exclusives and receive revenue from each of them, having different business conditions with each of them, and also you might have your own standalone domain as State of Survival does. We talked about Ludus here. It's also a very successful game on mobile and one of the most fast-growing hits for now on our platform. What is remarkable here? Both State of Survival, Ludus, and other games that I will show in next slides are having 85% of their revenue from in-game purchases. It's not about ads. One of the best games on Playhop for now is a Battle Arena from Red Bricks Wall. It's a Midcore title. Remarkable thing here that Battle Arena is not developed on Unity. It's developed on a native engine that allows them to optimize the game as much as possible. They have content for players for several years of playing for now, but the game build that they have a weight about 40 megabytes. How can it be possible, right? These guys can do this. This game is, I would say, top 3 games on Playhop in terms of earnings from the in-game purchases. This one is legendary. Do you guys know Hedges? Hedges game? Anyone know it? Few people only know it. So basically for us, moving into in-game purchases and Midcore content started with this game. This was the first game that we tested our functionality for in-game purchases on Playhop and other platforms, and it's performing just great. People continue to pay through several years, and the checks are pretty high, and the lifetime value of users is huge. If you don't know this game, I would recommend you guys to take a look, because it's not very classical, I would say, but super successful. As I mentioned before, web has a lot of specifics comparing with the mobile. First of all, you don't need to download anything. You can reach the content in one click, and if the optimization level is high, a player will start playing in a minute and will gather its impression about the game. If he does not like the game in first few minutes, he will just leave. It's not the way how it works in mobile when you made a decision after seeing like 100 ads about a game, or your friend made a recommendation to you to install it. It's absolutely another way to communicate with players. Also, there is an opinion from the past years that browsers cannot allow you to have an excellent performance for the games. But it's not true, because for now, almost every browser provides all necessary power for you to play a shooter game, multiplayer shooter game. It's not a problem at all. Also, for today, I think you all know that it's a big problem to receive traffic on mobile without spending, right? So the huge part of any launch, of any release, is the user acquisition. It also has a difference with the web, because on the web, we provide the organic traffic to every game, to every title. We do it on a regular basis, and we gather metrics for the first week, for the week 2, and so on, to understand which audience plays this game more, who is paying more, and who is performing in other metrics to make recommendations to other players. And after this, it becomes clear for us how we can scale the project. But the best thing here is that we provide the starting traffic for any game. And the 4 here, but I would say it should be number 1, because optimization directly affects game quality and speed. We have a huge experience. I work in game industry for more than 15 years, and for the last 4 years, I'm working with the web games. And I saw 100 of examples when a developer makes a WebGL on Unity and put it on a platform without optimizing. And he thinks that he did a lot and everything should be fine, but it's not working like this. Because if the optimization level is not high, a player will wait for the loading of the game for too long. And you will have like a very high bounce rate. A lot of players will just skip it. And also during the game process, if a lot of things happening on a screen and this affects the graphics, this is also a problem. So if you want to go to the web, focus on optimization. This is #1 thing. For now, not only we are promoting web, also game engines do. And mostly every game engine for now supports the technology for the web porting. Of course, the most popular engine on the web also is Unity. And other like Default, Cocos, Construct also are providing technical decisions to make a port. As I mentioned before, we make ads monetization, and of course we provide in-app purchases. We use our machine learning recommendations to make a match between a game and the player. We gather data that allows us to bring the most relevant players to the games. And of course, we have a lot of tools for game developers. We received huge amount of feedback from our partners with thanks about the instruments that we created and provided our developers with. So first of all, A/B testing of creatives. For web, this is super important. This is important also for mobile, but on the web it works in a very specific way. So I would recommend you to make a test with 20, 50, 100 creatives to see which of them is working best, and then you can scale this kind of creatives. So basically it works like it works on mobile, but this is dedicated directly to the web. And for now, we are implementing and releasing the tests for the build versions. So in your web version of the game, you also face the same questions like on mobile. How strong should be boss? It should be very strong, middle strong, or not strong. Make a test. Release 3 versions and see how players behave. Because if the boss is too strong, it might have 2 results. So from one hand, the competitive hardcore players will spend more time trying to kill it. But you will have a huge % of the players that will not be able to do this, and they will just skip your game in this case. So we want you guys to have all possible instruments to make the best decisions. Also, we track everything for the conversion for the first game launch, player retention. We have a detailed revenue statistics, broke down by devices, countries, and of course, it's also possible to launch promotions on the platform. We provide you with 2 instruments here. One is the promo. This works like the feature on the platform that will be targeted to the audience that you will choose. And the second one is the performance campaigns that you can also run. We have a lot of different dashboards. So basically, for now, our functionality is 99% close to the mobile. And also a great part in the web games business is distribution. All platforms are distributing its content to each other and bringing additional audience. And of course, this is also a huge part of our business. We distribute the content to OEM platforms, browsers, music apps, gaming platforms, news portals, and media. It works great in mostly all geo, and this is a thing that allows us to bring additional players to the games. We have a lot of partners that are already working with us, receiving revenue from the web. I will not mention everyone here, but I would say that UpQuantum, Visor Games, Famobi, Clever Apps, I think these companies are well known in the industry, and of course they can share their experience of how they work on the web. Remarkable thing here also is that top companies with huge revenue, with hundreds of millions of installs, are moving into this direction because they have a very good products, right? And these products are performing very well on the web. So the platforms are motivated to provide them with traffic. So they don't have expense for user acquisition. And the result here is that the whole income that they have on the web is going straight to the profitable part of their business without user acquisition costs. Take any mobile hit. It can earn $15 million in a month. This game will spend $12 million for marketing. And the profitable part will be not so big. But the money that you earn from the web, they are going straightly to the profitable part of your business. I would say this is a great advantage and a great motivation for the top companies to work with the game platforms. So guys, first of all, thank you for your attention. I have here a QR code for my LinkedIn. I write about web on LinkedIn, sharing news with our partners, sharing the best methods to work with the web. And of course, it's also a way to communicate with me directly, to arrange calls with me or my colleagues. And of course, guys, we invite you to our booth to have a more detailed talk about how we can cooperate with you. Thank you and have a great day, guys.